Hello, welcome to Session 6 of JA Economics for Success. Session 6 is our final session, so if you have not done so already, be sure to get the name of each of the students from your teacher prior to this lesson so you can fill out the certificates of achievement. Your JA coordinator will be happy to furnish you with a template so that you can use a computer for this, or you may handwrite them. In Session 6, you're going to be talking to the students about insurance. This is a subject that they have some familiarity with, but they really don't understand premiums, deductibles, so those are things that you're going to be talking about with them. The lesson is, what's the risk? So you explain that insurance helps us to be able to avoid taking larger risks than we can afford. The materials you'll need for this session are JA bingo cards, JA what's the risk, and then another set of cards called insurance risk cards. I am on page 43 to begin my presentation in the Student Teacher Guide. It gives you talking points that you'll talk with the students about, and be sure to fill in on the space that we've provided something personal you can share with them. Insurance is one of those things that it surprises young people how much they pay and how much the premium and deductibles are until they've had a real life experience. So be sure to share a real life experience with them so that they can understand that there is a good reason to have insurance. Divide your class into groups of two each, pair them off, and hand each of the pairs one of these what's the risk cards. You're going to read this aloud with them and then let them discuss among the two of them, between the two of them, whether it's worth the opportunity cost to buy that. Be sure to define opportunity cost for them. So you're going to be talking about homeowners insurance, or perhaps renters insurance, health insurance, car insurance, cell phones, so the basic insurance that they will need. And they get to decide, is it worth the cost? So take a few minutes. This will be their introduction. You may find that some of the students want to keep these and take them home to share with their parents. I think that's a wonderful idea. The activity we're going to be doing is a bingo game. I think the bingo is something that we all enjoy. So they're going to be playing this. One of my suggestions would be that you maybe bring a treat to use as your bingos. M&Ms work well. I'm sure you can come up with your own ideas. Certainly not necessary, but it's a lot of fun to do that. You will find that they tend to eat them, so go ahead and tell them that if they put their M&M on there and eat it, to be sure to mark it with an X. So each of the two groups, each of the pairs will get one of these and one of these. Be sure you have torn these apart ahead of time. And each of these is a little different. There are 5 types of insurance you're going to be discussing with them. Each of these cards has 4 types. So every student in the class is going to be missing one type of insurance. One of my suggestions on the bingo scenarios on page 46 and 47 would be to make a copy of this. The book doesn't have this as an example, but I would do this, and I would cut them into strips and fold them so that the examples you give them can be truly random, and I would just draw them. And I might actually ask students to draw them. The directions in the book will tell you just to read them randomly, but I think it's more fun if they see that it is truly random and you're not just picking. Do take time when you read one to mark in your book that you've read it, because you're going to want to check their answers later when they score their bingo. After you've played the game, if you have time, there's 2 bingo games on here, so you could play a second game if you have time. Most volunteers will not have time for that, but if you do, it's a lot of fun. Be sure, again, that you've saved time at the end to summarize what you've done and to hand out the certificates. I use this as an example of how to teach young people how to shake hands. So take a little extra time to show them how to do a good handshake, how to thank the volunteer, and then the volunteer thank them. So just one more way that you can educate our young people and prepare them for the future. I want to take one last time to say thank you for volunteering. You are making a difference in the lives of these young people. So thank you very much.